All right, we're going to do finger lifts and finger drops just like we did before. If you remember, we did this on a table, on the floor, or on our lap where we curved our fingers of our left hand. Make sure it's your left is on that side for you. And lifted them up and put the first finger down, up, down, up, down, keeping them curved. And we're going to keep the first one down now. Add the second finger, lift it up, put it down, etc. And then the third one. When we got to the third one, we wanted to make sure that it didn't move any other fingers. And then the pinky. And keep them curved, and that curve in your fingers will overcome a lot of the trickiness of your fingers. Just make sure and look at your fingers as you do it, and make sure you don't have a surprise finger. Like a lot of times that third finger or the pinky, you find that you're accidentally lifting up other fingers and don't even realize it. So watch it, make sure you're only moving one at the same time. We're going to move that to the fingerboard now on the instrument. So you can do this in guitar position or in shoulder position for violin. And then on the cello, we're going to do it, of course, in regular cello playing position. So we're going to do it just like we did before with the first finger, dropping the first finger down. We're going to do it on the high string, the A string first. Pick it up, drop it down, pick it up, drop it down, pick it up, drop it down, and leave it. And then the second finger, lift it up. Second finger, lift it up, leave it down. Third finger, drop it down, lift it up, drop it down, lift it up, drop it down. Fourth finger, drop it down, lift it up. Oh, did you see I had a surprise finger there? When I lifted up my pinky, all three of those fingers lifted up. So you might find a surprise like that. When you put your hand position on the cello, make sure you got a C shape. Your thumb's going to be behind, somewhere behind your second finger probably. It should be in between these tapes here though. And it doesn't come over here, it stays on the back. The pad of it rests on the back. And your elbow, you don't want your elbow here, you don't want it here. And you want your cello so that when you bow it, your bow's going to be right in the bowing lane. And you want these parts above your knees, so you might have to lower your knees down, or you might have to raise or lower your in pin. So this should go like in the middle of your chest, this should go like behind your left ear, and then this should be able to, you're just going to go like this. You're not going to be like this, or anything uncomfortable. You're just going to raise it up, and it's very ergonomical. All right. So the next thing we're going to practice on the cello is 0, 1, 3, and 4. So we're going to put 2 and 3 down at the same time, and then we're going to go in reverse order. Lift up 4, lift up 2 and 3 at the same time, lift up 1, add 2 and 3 together, 3. And try to make sure that that 2 stays about in the middle of your tapes there. And we're going to get a song, the 4-3-1-0 Blast-Off song in a minute. You might recognize it. Let me set the cello down. Let's try this on violin. All right, so on violin, we're going to do finger lifts and finger drops. Same thing. So we can do it in shoulder position or in guitar position. For guitar position, make sure you're not laying this away from you like that, or too high or too low, because it'll be really hard to reach your hand around and finger. So like this is good. And then we want to practice it in shoulder position because that's how we're going to play it and bow it. But put your finger on the side of your hand, and remember, for fingering the violin, we don't want your hand to be like this because it's really hard to reach your fingering zones. We want it to be more like this. So this is, I call it my robot hand. I am a robot. All right, so we have it on the side of our first finger, and then your first finger curves a lot. Let's start on the E string, or if you play viola, A string. Lift it and drop it, and lift it and drop it. And your thumb can kind of curve over and touch the violin neck, like right around the first tape there. Curve over, lift up, and leave it. Do the second finger. Now this is also going to go on the same string. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to try not to talk too loud because I was away from the camera and I'm right next to it. Drop it, lift it, drop it, lift it, drop it, and leave it. Keep your fingers curved for this. And then third finger next to second. Lift it, drop it, lift it, drop it, lift it, and leave it. And we're going to practice fourth finger, even though after we do this, we're going to ignore fourth finger for a while. And if you find your fourth finger stretching out flat like that, or if you're double jointed and it clicks or something, your hand, I only discovered this like a year ago, but your hand, you can curve your hand. So I always thought these ones were just all in line, but you can actually curve them around each other and see if you can keep your robot hand but curve those bottom fingers there over so that your pinky can actually stay curved for this whole thing. All right, so let's do this on the E string again. 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 0. Okay, let's do it on the A string, but let's go in order this time. Let's do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's go in shoulder position and do it. I'm going to just lean down. You're going to want your violin to be level with the ground, but I'm going to hold it down so we can see it in the camera. Let's do it on the D string. 0, 1, 2, 3, and let's leave out 4 for now. Let's just do 3 because we're going to use those notes. 2, 1, 0. G string. 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 0. Remember how I said we were going to have a 4, 3, 1, 0 blast off song? Well, for violin, it's going to be 3, 2, 1, 0, blast off. And for blast off, we're going to put our first finger back there. So it's 3, 2, 1, 0, blast off. And here's how this song sounds. Hopefully you can see my fingers. And it goes like this. Do you know that song? It's the 3, 2, 1, 0 blast off song. Let's try it on cello. 4, 3, 1, 0. So 4, 3, 1, 0 means I'm going to do this on the D string. Go ahead and do these fingerings on all the strings. I'm going to do this on the D string though. 4, 3 fingers down, 1 fingers down, 0 fingers down, 1, 1. Okay? So 4, 3, 1, 0, blast off. I know you don't know the song's name Blast Off. I got my violin bow. Yeah. Cool. So that's, if you practice your finger lifts and drops on here, you can add the bow and you can play that song. And if you really get super excited about it, you can do. Tricky. See if you can do it at the same time. I'll have to practice that.